Okay, guys. Busy day, E3. I wanted to talk a little bit about some good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've been talking about disappointment of Nintendo, but I really want to talk about, as we stare about this really cool theme of Assassin's Creed 3, I wanted to talk about, Sony's conference, and I wanted to talk, just Sony's conference, I think, now. And then we'll get to EA and Ubisoft, both really good conferences, by the way. But Sony was really, really good. It was a solid conference overall. It wasn't, like, unbelievable. Now, let's get the bad stuff out of the way. The bad stuff was the storybook thing. Come on. No one cares. Harry Potter, wow. Who's gonna play that thing? I mean, it looks so stupid. Like, last year, Microsoft had, like, Sesame Street with Kinect. Come on. No one cares about that. Honestly. I mean, it would have been, like, something for, like, 5 minutes. I would have been like, you know what? Okay, I can understand. You got to appeal to the other audience, from a business standpoint. You know what? They got to make money, obviously, because if they don't make money, can't make great games. I understand that. But, on the other hand, just checking something while we're talking, on the other hand, they spent like 20 minutes on the damn thing. I mean, like... Okay, great. My friend's saying, he asked me about Prototype 2. One of my PSN guys. Personal friend, nothing from YouTube. But anyways, yeah, so they spent 20 minutes, and I'm like sitting there like, come on, like, why is this important? This is what they should have done, and this leads into my next point. My next point is that they only showed, like, 2 games, really, for the Vita. They showed a Call of Duty. I hate Call of Duty. You know me. I made videos about that. I mean, I guess it's a good game to have on the go, just for fun. That's what I, love the Vita for. And they showed Assassin's Creed, which is really good. But they didn't show any really good new games. I'm just disappointed. And by the way, before I continue my video, this is going to be uploaded probably tomorrow because my Vita has to charge, and it's not charged. So I'm probably going to upload this tomorrow. You'll see a lot of content on this channel because it's E3, obviously. Oh yeah, and this is going to be a long video. So yeah, that was the bad points. They should have showed a lot more games, and they had this like video on YouTube the other day. I mean today, and they showed like oh, this is a good idea. Because it's just uncomfortable to hold. My hands are not steady. I crack my knuckles too much. Bad habit. But anyways, not gonna do the video off topic. So yeah, they should have showed a lot. They showed like a whole thing of games. I'm like, man, why didn't they show this at E3? What they should have done was cut out 15 minutes from the stupid Potter or e-book thing, whatever they call it, and they should have shown a lot of other Vita games. They could have shown, it's a good thing, you get Sly Cooper, I think they talked about that. It's going to be cross-platform, you're going to be able to save. That's pretty cool. So if you get both games, which I'm not going to do. Maybe I'll get Sly Cooper for the Vita. That'll be a good game for the Vita. But it looks really cool, Sly Cooper. I'm watching it right now, Sly Cooper right over here for the Vita. It looks pretty cool. I'm not the Vita, I mean for both Vita and PlayStation 3. That's pretty cool. They showed that a little bit at E3. That looks really, really good. And obviously they showed PlayStation All-Stars, which looks really good. I mean, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to do damage control. I'm going to be honest. It's a Smash Bros. Nintendo clone. But it doesn't mean it's not going to be a good game. Just because, I think it's pretty cool. I think they knew that, but they would say, you know what? I think gamers would appreciate having all the Sony characters against each other. That's just a really cool thing, just to show the characters. And say thank you to the gamers. We're making a great game for you because we know you love our games. That was good. That was awesome. That was good. They showed that, and then obviously they talked about the Move. One thing they didn't talk about by E3, by the way, was Portal on the Move or something. Is a game. It's Portal with Move controls, which I think that's pretty cool. Cool concept. That was pretty good. Then they showed. Okay, now let's get to the good points. Far Cry. They showed, but Far Cry, I'm gonna get more into detail. Obviously. They showed a really cool demo, really just amazing and racy demo at the Ubisoft conference, but they showed a 4-player co-op at E3. Let me just move closer so you're not just staring at Showed a really cool co-op at E3. And, They showed Far Cry 3. I keep repeating myself. Sorry. And it looked really cool, and it looked really just like a pretty typical. I think you can play the game. It's a lot like Dead Island in a sense, where you could play co-op. You could play the campaign co-op. They have multiplayer, and there's multiple islands you can explore. This game looks freaking huge, and I think Far Cry 3 is going to be one of those Game of the Year contenders for me. The game looks pretty cool and amazing, and I love it. Then they showed, this is third-party stuff, obviously. I'm not going to be biased, and everybody knows that. Then they showed a really cool demo. Like, they showed tons of Assassin's Creed 3 is what you're staring at. They showed a really cool demo of a ship scene where you're fighting, you're like wearing a storm and you're shooting against other ships, like a really pirate-esque type gameplay. And Connor, who's the new assassin, who's right there, he's the captain of the ship and everything, and that was just really cool. The way that the dynamic way that that it changes from sunny to nighttime in the same sequence, in the same in-game sequence, was pretty cool. And I have to sneeze, and it's coming. It feels annoying. Yeah, sorry about that. So that's cool. And Assassin's Creed 3 is going to be sick. I think I saw the gameplay demo, and it's not the same thing. I haven't another thing, I haven't seen the Hidden Blade yet. I mean, you have the Assassin's Creed, you have the Creed logo on his hand, if you could see it over there, and he has it. You can't really see it, but he also in other images it shows the Assassin's Creed logo on his belt. So that's cool. But other than that, it really is completely different. You're in the trees now and stuff like that, and I'm sure they'll show some gameplay later on with him in the buildings, because that's the core of Assassin's Creed gameplay, going around the city killing people. And I was obviously playing Assassin's Creed 2 today because I was like so excited about Assassin's Creed 3 coming out. That game's gonna be freaking sick. So anyways, let's get to the good stuff. Now, Beyond Two Souls. I mean, you're getting an Oscar. It's from Quantic Dream, AAA status, because Heavy Rain is a AAA title. You're getting basically this woman who's nuts, who has these psychic powers. I mean, the graphics look sick, the presentation looks amazing, and I hear these people saying, "Oh, it's just gonna be one of those story-based games." Like, I don't think so. I think they're gonna incorporate some gameplay with our psychic powers. I think this game's gonna have more gameplay elements, but you can't really make the judgments. That was one game that Quantic Dream made. Maybe this game's gonna have an awesome story. The game has sick. I mean, the visuals look like of nothing I've ever seen. The game looks sick. The game looks amazing. It looks crazy, my friend. It looks unbelievable, and I think that game's going to be pretty awesome. Gotta check, because I gotta go to work soon. But that's for the Beyond Two Souls. When I heard that, I'm like, holy crap, yes. This game's going to be awesome. That's freaking amazing. Then they showed, obviously, God of War Ascension, which is your typical God of War. They didn't really show much. It just looked like God of War. They showed you killing this elephant or whatever, and it looks good. The graphics look solid as ever. The game looks pretty decent. It looks like God of War. You can't really tell. It was like a 6-7 minute demo. I mean, obviously, I'm sure they'll release more gameplay as the time progresses. The game's coming out in March, so that's good. So that's amazing. That's good. And yeah, so God of War Ascension looks pretty awesome. Then for the grand finale, The Last of Us. Oh my god, that game is... I just mentioned before that Beyond Two Souls looks freaking amazing. This game's out of this world. Let me tell you, the way just one point I don't think anybody saw in the video is that the way he reacted to the bullet, as if it was so real. He saw him go, oh, and he went down like he was hurt. Like, you don't see that in other video. Like, in other games, you could shoot the guy a million times and you don't see anything. You know what I mean? And just the way the way the story was going on while the combat was actually happening, like, it felt so authentic. It felt so real, and you were hearing these conversations about how back in the day, it used to be great. It used to be, it used to be awesome. Like she was like, what I forgot her name. I forgot those two, the two main protagonists in the game. She was asking, oh man, so you were back in the day, you were in that kind of thing. You're in a fancy hotel like this. Nah, I was never, so rich. And it just makes you drawn into the story. And yeah, I mean, The Last of Us is going to be a sick title, and that game's coming out early next year, 2013. The game's going to be freaking amazing. Let me tell you something, 2013 is going to have some pretty sick games. So I'm going to say right now, just in short, and I guess I'll explain my final thoughts, but honestly, I think it's between Ubisoft and Sony. But Sony was just, they screwed it up with that, Harry Potter thing. That was like crap. And the fact that they didn't show enough Vita games. And I was saying to myself, what the heck? I mean, you spend 20 minutes on talking about stupid ebook Harry Potter, which no gamer gives a crap about. And then you spend like 5 minutes talking about Vita. What the heck are you thinking? Screw it. Show this, like, this fancy video like you always do about the stupid ebooks, and it's a little bit of a demo online for 2 minutes on the main screen. But then spend more time talking about, we're going to have this game on the Vita, we're going to have this exclusive. Enough with cross-platform games. Show us unique Vita games that are not on the consoles. Show us a game, a killer app, that's gonna draw people to buy. Besides us Sony people and Sony fanboys, show us some content that are gonna make people want to buy the system. You know what I mean? That's what and the fact that they had this video, all these Vita games, but they didn't show that at E3. So you know what I mean? The next video, I'm going to try to condense it and just going to talk about multiple consoles at once, because I don't want to make 15 million videos. But anyways, there's your Sony. Very good, very decent. Wasn't the best. It could have been better. There were a lot of high points, but I think the high points shadowed the low points. But there were some moments where there were some WTF moments at that conference, and I was kind of disappointed because I wish they would have just to recap, they would have shown more Vita games. Screw the Harry Potter thing, augmented reality thing, and talk more about Vita. They would have done that. It would have been a perfect conference. Unless, I don't know, they would have talked about another Uncharted or whatever, or Resistance or whatever. They would have said, oh, we're coming up with a new, or no, because they just released those. Another Killzone game. You know what I mean? That would have been cool, because there's going to be another Killzone 3. And, anyways, yeah, so, what else did they show? They showed Far Cry 3. And they showed Assassin's Creed 3. I think I got pretty much everything. If I missed something, I'll let you know in the next video. But I think that's all. I think I covered pretty much everything in the video. So, anyways, guys, I hope you guys are enjoying E3 like I am. And this video is almost 13 minutes, so I gotta shut this off. So, all right, guys, take care. Have a good night. 1987 Mastermind out.